Hello and welcome to episode 2 of T.I.T, Try and Turf. As you can see here, today I'm going to be doing the Splattershot Junior as well as its two variants. I'm going to be sticking with this set with all three of them since Inksaver sub is quite useful because you can throw out a lot more subs, especially considering that the Junior has a bigger ink tank than everything else. So, yeah. Time to go on to the first match. Alrighty. So, the kit I have on for this Splattershot Junior, I've got my standard Fierce Fish Skull. I have plenty of Inksaver sub, so I can throw out plenty of bombs because that's what the Junior basically is. And I've got some a single sub of Special Charge, since why not? I have some sub power as well. Alright. Ow. Mean. Broke my ink armor. How about you? The Splattershot Junior isn't the best when it comes to head-to-head combat, but it can do something. It's not the worst. It's got more range than the Splattershot, which everything does. So, not much to say on the range front. It's quite a short-range weapon. It doesn't quite have the killing power to make up for that, but it has a bigger ink tank, and it's more of a support weapon, really. But it can do some stuff up close and personal. Not nearly as good as the Sploosh when it comes to that. But it's better than the Sploosh for taking out inkjets for certain. It's got rather good turf coverage. That's one of its good traits. How about you? You thought you could jump into my base. You're not getting away. Neither are you. Or not. Oh, nice. Nice. Well done. Fair play. I probably shouldn't have been so close, but that's the risk you take whenever you try and jump camp. It's not a lot of risk, but when it is risky, it's very risky, and you can die from it. Just got a trade with a Sploosh. I don't know why they're running so much main power with the Sploosh. It doesn't really help a lot. Unless you're taking out something that isn't a player. But I guess maybe Fall Off could help Fall Off. I don't know. I'm no expert. Ask someone like that SLB2 dude about MP with a Sploosh. Because I do not know. As far as I know, it's not particularly useful. But MPU is something that increases turf coverage, like with the Junior. It can act somewhat as a bit of special charge. In a weird way. Because you put more turf down, you get special faster. It's a law of nature. It's a law of everything. That's why the Aerospray gets special so fast. Because of its excellent turf coverage. But first match, very successful, I gotta say. Definitely showing the Junior's stronger side there. I wasn't really doing a lot with the bombs, but the bombs certainly are useful. Splattershot Junior, the vanilla one, it can get ink armor quite quickly, which is good. Makes it a good support weapon. And my team comp is extremely unbalanced here. I think I'm going to be the turfing powerhouse of the team here. I should probably ink up everywhere so that the chargers don't have to. Since chargers are absolutely awful at getting large amounts of turf. So I'll let them take out the enemy team. Hopefully. Relying on your teammates is not a great strategy, by the way. But, for now, I'm gonna throw out my bombs. Take out their dynamo. Try and take out their Splattershot Pro, but it was a trade. Unfortunately. That's fine. Hopefully someone else can take care of them. But evidently not. Having an extremely unbalanced team is not a good way to try and win Turf War. Remember that. It will be on the test. Having a lot of sub power, you do need more than what's needed to be able to throw out 2 bombs. I just got sniped there, but that's alright. Because after you've thrown out your 2 bombs, you do need to have a bit left in the tank to be able to get away or continue with whatever you're trying to do. The Splattershot Junior in and of itself, if you can get close within the optimal range, it is quite powerful. It's got a good fire rate combined with a 4-shot kill. It makes for a decent weapon. But its range is nothing to write home about. So, don't rely on it for long-range endeavors. Because you're not going to find much success trying to use this as a ranged build. As, of course, its range is absolutely terrible. Quite unlike this Splatterscope, which I'm going after. We are, unfortunately, being suppressed very hard over here. I'm going to take out that aerospray. Pop an ink armor. Which was just for me. And, try and make it so that it's not as bad of a victory for them. I did get crushed by their dynamo towards the end there. But we lost. Honestly, I can't say I'm surprised. Just look at that. 3 chargers. 2 of which being the vanilla charger. With different kit, obviously. And then the Squiffer. That doesn't really make for a good team comp if the only other thing you have is a Splattershot Junior. Alright, match number 3. It's on this stage again. But that's fine. We've got very good turf coverage, this team. They do have a dynamo, which can be scary, but it can also be very not. Hopefully this goes well. Might not, but that happens sometimes. Hopefully my teammates don't slack off and forget that this is meant to be a war over turf. I did unfortunately get killed there by their Splattershot, but that happens. I get a feeling that plenty of Booyah Bombs are going to be thrown off in this match by our team. Due to the fact that we have 2 Aerospray PGs. We are winning, which is good. Good old change, though. Yeah, what I said about dynamos sometimes being scary, it holds up. Sometimes they are extremely terrifying. But other times, just simply not. It's like that with Splatlings, too. My teammate did trade there. Okay. I can hear dynamo swinging. Ow. Unfortunately, my teammate has been killed, and so have I, but I managed to get the trade. Probably due to our Slosher playing somewhat backline midliner, I guess. This may not be a good decision. Oh, I got crushed. That's unfortunate. But it happens. This is extremely risky, and it's probably not going to pay off at all. But it ended up due. My teammates did a good job. I got an assist there instead of a splat, which is slightly disappointing, but yeah. Alright, I managed to take out that, what was it, sploosh, before they splattered anyone other than that teammate of mine. This is a very good turf match. I did unfortunately trade there. I wasn't paying extreme attention to how many shots I was actually landing, when I probably should have been listening a bit more closely. But that's fine. It's a problem I have all the time when I think I've splattered someone, or I think I have been splatted, and I react accordingly. But we did win that match, which is good. Very good. The Splattershot Junior is definitely a very good choice if you want to just play Turf War casually. It's not the best for up-close killing. That would be more a Splattershot or dualies. But it is rather useful. It can do well. Okay. Match number 4 with this vanilla Splattershot Junior. We are in Kelp Dome this time. It's definitely more of a square map than the others. Please excuse that. Background noise there. Oh, it looks like they have a disconnect, which is good for me, not good for them though. I guess, sorry other team. You're probably going to lose. But I'm still going to show this match, because I'm going to win, probably. And that's always nice to show. So yeah, that background noise just there. I think my mum just had a Skype call, so hopefully that's not too interrupty for you. I'm going to take out their backliners. Now, this probably isn't the best match to be showing since they do have a disconnect. But yeah. If it was me with a disconnect, I would certainly not show it, but it's not me with a disconnect, so yeah. Some of the prior recording for this video that I'm not going to show. I did have a match where one of my teammates was simply not doing anything. Oh yeah, I can't throw bombs up there, can I? Because there's spawns there and bombs kind of dissipate. They don't exist anymore. Nice. You can actually break the armor on a booyah bomb. It just does take a little while. So if you see someone just standing there with a booyah bomb, don't hesitate to try and shoot down them. I was killed by the aerospray, but that's fine. We are in a position that we can just simply sort of spawn camp here. It's not the nicest or most honourable way to do a match, but hey, guaranteed win is a guaranteed win. And it's always nice to have a bit of extra level so you can get sneeze snails. Because sneeze snails do very good. Nice. Once you reach level 30, anything beyond that, any more level ups, you will receive a sea snail, which is rather nice. So yes, not a lot to really say about that match. They did have a disconnect, so we were kind of guaranteed a win there. But that's alright. A win is a win. I take wins. With nearly 80% of the map covered by us. But yes. I will change my weapon and get on with another match. Next up is the Custom Junior. Okay, so as I said earlier, I'm going in with the exact same loadout of the clothes. But this time I'm just using the Custom Junior, so I have a change of sub and special. This has the Auto Bomb and the Ink Storm. It's a decent kit, but it's not really as good of a support weapon as the standard Junior. I don't know how good this will do in terms of actually just being a weapon. But whenever you see Splattershot Junior in high levels of play, it tends to be just a support weapon. To throw bombs here and there and providing easy ink armor. They don't appear to know that you can actually run with a brush along grates. Unfortunate for them, but... Oh yeah, I forgot, you can't do bombs through grates. Do you think you should be able to do bombs through grates, but like maybe only from underneath? That might be fun. Auto bombs aren't that great for trying to get splats, but they can be intimidating and they will definitely get the person to move. I did get them there. I don't know what it was. It could have been an auto bomb. It could have been the storm. I will never know. That was quite a lucky splat there because they didn't seem to be doing brush things that well. Yay! Auto bombs, teammates. Right. I'm gonna get up my ink. Do my sort of mini bomb rush combined with Ink Storm, and just in general paint up their base, because that's a good way to win in Turf War. Just paint up the enemy base. Ah, that was odd. If you can think of Ultra Stamps as steel eels like in Salmon Run, then they're not nearly as bad to deal with. I have a bit of a bad habit of whenever I'm booyahing back, I accidentally sort of do it multiple times, or just twice, because habits of booyah bombs. It's fine though, it's probably not that bad. For teammates and that. I'm just gonna stay here. I do outrange this sploosh, so I can challenge them without too much danger. It was a trade, though. So, maybe I shouldn't have challenged that. It doesn't really matter, though, since the match is nearly over. And we have massive amounts of control, which is what Turf War is about. And we did end up having a disconnect. But since we had so much control, we won anyway. So, yeah, that's a good match to start off with. The Custom Junior is just the Junior, but with a kit that's not really slanted towards supporting, just a sort of generalist, it's alright type kit. So, yeah, on to the next match then, I suppose. On a different map. Okay. Match number 2, and we are here on the Reef, which is a map. It's one of the ones that I believe was in the trailers for Splatoon 2. I wouldn't know, I kind of just joined this game in sort of September. I got it with my birthday money. I had played a bit of Splatoon 1, but for a time, parents being parents, they didn't let me do the online bit, even though the thing came with the Wii U. Paranoid and that. Fair enough, in all honesty, but from what Splatoon actually is, considering there's no voice chat and that, they needn't have been worried. But for a while before that, I was playing the story mode, and I did enjoy the story mode, and at a point I just changed the parental controls on the Wii U so I could play the online thing, and I enjoyed it very much. And now, a while later, here I am playing Splatoon 2, and despite the fact that they did say no more Splatfest, there has been a Splatfest redo. And I just got geometried. The bubbles bounced off the block and had at me. Please do not do that. Thank you. You didn't learn your lesson, Mr. Brush. Or Mrs. Brush, I don't know. I don't judge. Or no. But I do have my Ink Storm, so time to throw out my 5 things that are to be thrown. Ink Storm, it's kind of a risky thing in some cases, because sometimes you can just throw it off the map and it does literally nothing. For instance, Moray Towers or Camp Triggerfish, there is a very real risk that you would accidentally have your special do literally nothing, and it just be completely wasted. I think that should be a thing in-game where if that does happen, you do get your special gauge back, and you can throw out a different one. But are they really going to do that? I don't think they will. But if they did, it would be nice. But I think that there are other things that have more priority over that if changes are to happen to Splatoon 2. For instance, Salmon Run ranking system. That's utter garbage. You can lose 95 points of rank just simply because the rotation changed. But anyway, we did win, which is good. The Junior is a very good painting tool, so can't say I'm surprised. I did get 6 splats, which is tied with the Aerospray in my team for the most of the match. Which is surprising, since Juniors and Aerosprays tend to be more support weapons. Alright. Match number 3, I believe. If it's not, then extra match for you, I guess. More video time. Never a bad thing, really. But then again, I guess attention span is really a thing that needs to be taken into consideration. Long videos probably won't do nearly as well as shorter ones, such as 10-minute long. That's what I believe is the optimal amount, apparently. 10 minutes? I don't know. Have you seen Killer Bean? It's a pretty good film, which you can watch for free on YouTube. I'm not sponsored or anything, though I wish I was. But it is a good, and you should probably watch it, because it's free. And it was animated and written by just a single guy, so that's pretty good. Also, you know the Splatoon YouTuber, that SRB2 dude? He never booyahs for booyah bombs, and I do not know why. It's kind of odd, really. But who am I to judge? It is kind of inconvenient to have to move something of one of your hands to the down D-pad. I was killed by their golden Aerospray. But that's alright. We do appear to be losing, but that happens sometimes. No weapon is perfect, no person is perfect. Everyone loses sometimes, but that's okay. As long as you can accept it and learn from your mistakes. And even if you don't learn from your mistakes, don't get mad. Because games are meant to be fun, and if you're not having fun, then why bother? This doesn't appear to be a match that I'll be able to win. But maybe those auto bombs will do something or other. I don't know. A lot can happen in about a minute. I did get someone with my auto bomb. Though I did get crushed by the Hero Roller replica. So that happened. And we need to get some more turf. We do appear to lose. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. It's no coming back. Well. No comment. But we did lose. I didn't do that well that time. But I guess the other team did have a level 90 star on it, so. Okay. Final match with the Custom Junior, and then we'll move on to the Kenza Junior, which has torpedoes and bubbles. Oh my goodness. There's 3 Custom Juniors in this team. And then we have that Aerospray RG from last match. It's the same guy. Joris, I believe his username was. Well, I can see this going absolutely awfully, and I can see this going absolutely hilariously well. We have massive turf coverage, but they have much better weapons for actual weapon things. So, this could go either way. I did manage to get the trade there. We are doing much better than I would expect from this sort of team comp. But that may not last. So I'm prepared to lose. I did get an assist there. I don't know how, but I guess one of the others on my team managed to splat them before I did. I do not know. I have not that knowledge, so I think I'll just move out the way so these missiles don't kill me. And then I'll paint over them, because, haha yes, painting goes brrrr. Is that meme still relevant? I don't know. I still like it. Alright. Anyway. I'm gonna get my ink back. Throw out my big combination. Their Enzap is dead. Their Splash is dead. At my hands. And I'm about to go try and sort out their Squiffer. Thing is with a Squiffer is that it's a weird weapon. It's a midline weapon, but also a kind of a backline weapon, but it's not really got the range for a backline weapon. But it needs a charge, and it's also a one-shot. It's a charger with less range. At one point, I thought that the Bamboozler underranged the Squiffer, but no, the Squiffer has the least range out of all the chargers. Bamboozler has more range. Less range than the Splat Charger, mind you, but still more range. Who'd have thought that a piece of bamboo had more range than a cleaning bottle with weird stuff attached to it? I don't know. I don't know who'd have guessed. But not my past self, apparently. I'm not sure, honestly, who's won this. It could be either one. Let's see. It was us. We did win. That's a good thing to leave off on. For this particular weapon. And so now, it's time to move on to the Kenza variant. The edgy Splattershot Jr. Okay, so the actual first match with the Edgy Junior ended up being, we had a disconnect. So, I just didn't show that one. Time for the first, the air quotes, first match with the Edgy Junior. Hopefully no disconnect this time. Okay, so this kit has torpedoes and bubble blows. Bubble blower. Blubble blubble. Insert SpongeBob joke about all bubble blowing babies here. I guess it is kind of appropriate for the junior. Ah. I was so focused on my bubbles. When I really shouldn't have been. That's fine. As long as everyone's happy. Okay. Somehow, Dooley's managed to, not get at me. Weird, honestly, considering how they have so much better killing power. My goodness. They tried to both splash down, but it didn't really work out. I'm just gonna bubble here. There's not really anyone there, so it was just turf coverage, but it's turf war. What do you do other than turf coverage? It's probably why stingrays aren't really that useful in turf, is because they don't really do anything for your turf coverage. I think torpedoes would be better if they either couldn't be shot down or you could throw out two at once, because as they stand now, they're kind of just mediocre. They're alright, don't get me wrong, but they've not got excellent splatting power, unless you're really lucky about it. And I think one of those two things would be better for it. Or maybe a decrease in how much ink it takes to throw them out. Maybe just half a tank with no ink saver sub on things with normal tanks. Or maybe just over. Just over half a tank. Or maybe just, like, no ink at all. That's a joke, obviously. Ow. Didn't manage to trade there. Alright. I'm just going to jump in. It's a fairly safe jump, I think. Yeah. Safe jump. They have a ball. So I'm not going to challenge them. Alright. That went well. A lot better than the match in which I had a disconnect. That's for certain. Things are always better when you have your entire team. As like a rule. So for the chicken versus egg Splatfest, I've gone team chicken because, yeah. Okay, match number 2. But I'm going to get back to discussing this Splatfest. So, at its core, it is really just an innocent thing about which came first, chicken or the egg, the sort of question that everyone asks all the time, annoyingly. But really, it's not that. It's more evolution versus religion. And I've gone for chicken, which is religion, since I am Christian. There's no comment really needed for that. Ah. I was killed by a splat roller. But okay. I forgot what I was saying now. I've lost my train of thought. Anyway. Splatfest. Exciting. Fun. I've seen some posts on the square about you can't hug an egg, which I think it's fair enough reasoning for going Team Chicken. I'm glad that my team was able to have at them, because I was just peacefully blowing bubbles and they killed me. I was kind of right there and I was on the enemy team, but yeah. You can't hug an egg, but you can hug a chicken. Would you hug a chicken, given that it wasn't going to peck you? Or have at you in any way? Is the splat roller still there? It is. Their bubbles are still here. But we have fixed that. I did manage to turn that from a potential death into just simply a trade, which is good. It's always better to trade than to die. In most cases, at least. In this game, definitely, but it really depends on if it's even a game that you're talking about or not. Minecraft, if you're trading away your emeralds for very low amounts of anything, then it's not really great. I'm just going to camp this inkjet. And it was a trade. Outstanding. Well, you can't do well on all of them. It's fine. Not everything has to go amazing. I actually managed to have at that particular person without it being a trade that time. Which is nice. Unfortunately there I was killed. But we have got far more turf coverage than they do. So we do appear to have won. Which is nice. Yep. Good winning. I don't know really what warrants the other team being in danger in turf, but it's probably something to do with having both losing and ink near their base that's of the enemy. Alright. Match number 3. Hey diddly dee. I could do better rhyme if I had the time to think of them. That wasn't never going to go anywhere good. And I said that by accident. That wasn't never a thing. Bubbles. Did they just kill my bubbles? I think they may have killed my bubbles. That's really mean. I can't believe they did it. They killed my bubbles. Oh, I tried to cancel their splash down there, but it didn't work. Because they weren't one shot from death. They were 2 shots from death. If they were 1 shot from death, though, it would have happened. Cancelling splashdowns is very fun. Looks like I have received a friend request, and I don't know who it is, so I'm probably not going to accept it. Because I don't really accept friend requests from strangers, but maybe, I don't know. There's no really way of communicating with them, so there wouldn't really be much point. There'd be no way of organising any sort of league thing, and I only really play turf for try and turf, or if I'm grinding out gear, or trying out a new weapon. You can't join each other in ranked. But, I don't know. I'm probably not going to accept it. I've gone on about it for way too long now, so time to talk about something different. Ah! I was luckily able to make that a trade rather than just a simple death. I've been trying to use the Splatterscope in turf for a bit, and I've been having moderate success. I'm not nearly good enough with it to take it into ranked yet, but I do plan to at some point, because one-shotting people from distance, it does sound like my idea of fun. Because who doesn't want to just have at someone, one-shot them, outside of their range? The thing is, though, is that with a scope, you do kind of have tunnel vision, which isn't the greatest, and it can be a detriment, but it's alright. If you know where your target is, then, and you just start aiming at them from that point, then it's alright. The thing is, though, is that you can be very easily flanked. And we did unfortunately lose that one. Not entirely sure why, but probably just because the enemy team was better at everything. I don't know, probably. I wonder how fast I can talk if I try to go really fast. I don't really have anything to say at this point, so I'm not exactly sure what I would say. I don't know. I'll see how fast I can talk at some point in time. Alright, match number 4. So what did you think of my video about making a gourmet dirt hut? Is it good? I hope it was. I hope you liked it. It didn't take much effort to make, but it was rather fun. I did it in one take exactly. And the dirt hut was very gourmet. I tasted it afterwards. It didn't taste great, but it certainly looked very good. They are dually squelchers, so I'm not going to challenge them. At least not without bubbles. And they're not there anymore. Oh, do they have a booyah bomb? How about you? Nice. I'm gonna pop these bubbles for turf coverage, because that's what you need in turf war. Turf coverage. That's how you win. And I do like winning in any mode. I have managed to get a kit so that with the dually squelchers, I can maximize my damage to the point where it's 33.3 on a hit. And I'm pretty happy about that. Because, yeah, it's an effective 3-shot. Not quite a 3-shot, but it's still pretty good. It does look as though we are winning quite well here. Just gonna throw that torpedo. Throw that. They have a lot more range than me. Scary. Ow. Death comes to those who play a game where you can die. Unless you're playing Minecraft Creative. And that's all you play in terms of video games. Because you can die in Minecraft, but not on Creative. Ow. That was odd. Someone just booyah'd, and like, the sound effect, it kind of cut off halfway through. Whoa. I don't know why I did that, but it was interesting. Bucket. How about the bucket? Ow. I was had at instead of the bucket. Which is unfortunate for me, but very fortunate for them, I must say. They're probably rather pleased at that. They just killed someone. And they needn't feel remorse, for we respawn in this game. Come on. Turf coverage. I honestly don't know who won. It could have been either, but I think maybe it was me. Just maybe. Ah, not quite. Well, that's fine. You don't have to win all the time. I did win quite an amount with this Kenzo Jr. though, so it is a decent weapon. But it's not something I would take into ranked, honestly. Okay, so the 3 Splattershot Juniors are interesting weapons. They're alright to use, but not great. Good turf coverage. They charge specials fairly fast. But the one thing that makes them actually viable is their big ink tank. The vanilla one is really the only one that can use it properly, since auto bombs and torpedoes aren't really that great for getting splats. But splat bombs are, hence the name, as well as ink armor being very good. So I think the standard vanilla one with a bunch of ink saver sub is the one that you'd see a lot more in ranked, but the other two maybe in turf. So I don't know what I want to give these guys for a rating. Only that it's a fairly decent rating. Not something I'd take into ranked unless I was extremely confident that I could do properly with them. Okay then, please do all the things that YouTubers say to do, such as like, subscribe, and do what not. I don't care, honestly, you can if you want. But okay.
See